to call tonight's county council meeting to order and ask the auditor to call the roll, please.
Got blue light.
Okay, Fred Glenn,
Present.
Rick McKinney,
Present.
Steve Schwartz,
Present.
Brad Beaver,
Here.
Ken Alexander,
Present.
Amy Moss-Lamany.
Present.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. And if we could stand for the invocation and pledge by Councilor Schwartz.
All bow your heads and pray in your own way for a moment. Amen. And the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. And if we could have some read and approve of the minutes, with first one being our budget hearings for August 4th and 5th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 6-0. Our regular meeting of August 5th.
So moved.
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously, 6-0. And then tonight's executive session memoranda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Thank you. Now, open meeting for public comments. Anyone from the public to address the council? Seeing none, we'll close that, and we move to reports. For myself, first thing is probably just to recognize newest member of the House of Representatives, our own Chris Jeter, attorney. Congratulations, Chris.
Got an election in November still.
Well, yes, but he's currently a member. He was appointed in a cause.
Still want him to get two.
Okay,
I need him to keep pushing forward.
but thanks for that clarification, yes. Amy?
I do have one thing, sir. I just wanted to commend the ISS department as well as just Hamilton County in general yet again, which is, I think we were placed in the top 10 for the digital county based on our population, and the primary initiative was around cybersecurity. So top 10 digital county for 2020, placing 9th, which I thought was
All right,
amazing, only Indiana county to place.
thank you. Anything else?
No, sir.
Highway, we had a meeting, and it was interesting. We, I think, have one small item on the agenda, and then we also had a guest. First time we've had a guest, the Fisher City engineer, who gave Steve and I and Ken some background on State Road 37, and indicated that looking forward to our joint meeting with the commissioners on October 7th, where we'll hopefully have some more in-depth discussion. Ken, Steve, you guys want to add anything to that?
No, you did a good job.
Finance,
No meeting.
personnel?
Personnel, we're going to be discussing some personnel issues later in the agenda.
Okay. Miscellaneous? Anybody? No?
I just would report that I did attend the insurance meeting, and I don't have the final numbers, but it looks like we are in good shape again. So hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have those exact numbers, and I'll present them to council.
Thank you. I was going to ask just one thing. I think everybody got it, unless it went into your junk file. Some emails from some constituents asking whether or not we would support or make a resolution to admonish, advise, request the governor to move us to stage 5. And I believe there's at least one county, Wabash County.
Wabash was the one,
Has
yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
Anybody have any interest in doing that?
I don't know if this would be the meeting to do it. I wanted to see what I mean, we got till September 18th to have something like that in the agenda. But I think people would be surprised at how many people have contacted me outside of even those emails about this. I mean, there's certain, if you go on social media and you look, at the people who are loudest, I think the governor might, or certain people might be under the impression that there's wide support for restrictions and things. I just don't think that's the case. But I mean, I'd like to see where this thing goes. I don't, we don't have that resolution or that paperwork ready today anyways. We'd have to get with Chris and have something like that to present in October, so I think we play it by ear.
I agree. Let's revisit it next month.
Okay.
But we'd have to have something ready for it, but you're right, we could visit it at that
If they
time.
haven't moved us to, what is it, stage 5, we're waiting for in another.
Okay.
If I could add to that, I think the one thing that I struggle with is that there haven't been metrics that have been put in place that dictate how we can move from stage to stage. And just having some of those identified, whether they're going to do it or we're going to do it, I think is the key thing, so that we can let our businesses and people in our public understand how we are going to allow things to move forward here in Hamilton County.
We had a meeting reminded me of that, over Steve's, did a presentation because he did Narcan. He's having it at his business. The news was there, so I kind of went there in support. But I ran into one of the people from our health department and specifically walked up to him because I was asking, look, you're giving these recommendations to Carmel High School. No, he says, oh, they're doing a great job, this and that. And I asked him, I said, look, these are the hospital metrics. It was supposed to be about hospitalizations. Our hospitals there's no COVID patients there. What are your metrics? When does this end? He goes, well, I don't know. He goes, we're following this, and that. I said, well, how come we're not providing any leadership here locally on what we should be doing? Since our caseload, our basically people dying and getting the hospital so low. I said, what kind of metrics do you have in place so people know when this ends? And he said, there are no metrics in place. So I said, he said, this can go on until next year.
Right.
Even if there's no hospitalizations. He said yes.
Yeah.
So they don't have any plans,
And the truth-
anything.
The truth of the matter is our restaurant industry is suffering tremendously
Yeah.
under the stages that we're at. They're trying to stay open with 3/4 or whatever stage they're at, and so, but they can't fill the place, they can't make any money.
Fred, correct me if I'm wrong. So what I'm hearing from you, maybe you would like to have it on the October agenda, and if we need to table it at that next meeting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be something?
Yeah, I
That's
think
kind of
so.
what I'm hearing, and
Yeah, I think that, right now, we got to, what's it, September 26th for his thing? And at least if he doesn't move forward with it, we'd have something on the agenda for the council to discuss.
I would be in favor of putting it on the agenda. I like that idea.
All right, we can get with Chris then? Okay.
So
All right.
Is
two
everybody,
questions.
is there a
Consensus, everybody okay?
consensus?
Yeah?
I have two
Check with
questions.
Amy.
I just have two questions. One, has there been any dialogue around, just from the health department's perspective, on what their thoughts were if you compare, Wabash is the only one that I know of, right, that has signed this resolution. Has there been other counties that you are aware of that I may not be aware of that have also done this? Because they are drastically different in size and comparison, so I'm just curious on the thought process.
Chris, could you do that for us as well? Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Those are good questions.
Thank you. Number 7, unfinished. 2021 council meeting dates. We have a list of proposed dates from the auditor. Like action, so they can advertise and distribute to the media by.
Motion to approve as presented.
I have one comment, or a second.
Second.
Thank
Okay.
you. We continue to put the board appointments in December, and I'm wondering if there's any way that we could be looking at those in January so that a cycle of new process can go forward.
Can't. They're oftentimes, if I'm not mistaken, the majority of them, aren't they up January 1, so you have to make the decision in December?
How many expire in December, do we know? I would say either vote on these just for the dates, and then if we want to talk about the appointments next month when Jeff's here, we have a full contingent.
But if she's just saying that all that is a reminder that it's not something that's necessary to. You'll have them before December, and you can decide in January, I guess, for
Well,
January.
I just want to revisit maybe which committees are of value and which ones that we may make sure that we have an opportunity to review if we're changing things, if there are things we need to drop and bring on. that we're looking at that.
Okay, sorry, I think you lost me. You said committees there, so were you talking about our appointments to, I thought you were talking about appointments from the outside where you had asked that people have the opportunity to kind of
Well,
quote unquote apply, or are you referring to our involvement as liaisons and committee members?
Well, I would say both.
Okay, yeah, the committee members and all of that, I definitely think has to be a discussion for January, because we'll have new members of council at that point, so I don't disagree, but I just want to make sure it was clear and understanding. Awesome.
So we're voting just right now on just the dates.
We have a motion
Yep.
and a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that's the dates, unanimous. Then we have tabled business. We have any interest on taking either one of those off the table?
The additional rainy day was just to have that available so it comes out of rainy day rather than general. But since we're not moving on that, we're gonna have a decision. We're gonna have a discussion about
October,
that road
right.
funding anyway, so we can wait till.
Right.
But
Well, it's
be a-
also being,
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say, be aware that 10D on the agenda is related to
they're
that tabled
advertising in a
business.
separate fund based on this, some discussion we had at budget time with Mike to divert money into that fund.
Yeah.
I would keep them both, I would table them
I
both.
think we just leave them set. It's okay with me.
As far as 8A, could we ask Brenda a question and see if there's any change that's happened?
If you sent it today or yesterday, I'm sorry, I've been out of town, so. Yeah.
Okay. That can set too.
That stays
Can
tabled.
stay, so then they both do.
Yep.
Okay.
New business, approval of vendor claims.
Then, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes unanimous. And then this B, Hamilton North Public Library Declaration of Fiscal Body, and I would probably join it, if we could, with the Hamilton East Public Library Declaration of Fiscal Body. Those two items are just technicalities where we have to, I guess, admit or accept that we are the fiscal body for them.
Are you admitting that?
Yeah, I
Second.
would ask, thank you. Make a motion, and Brad seconded it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes unanimously, thank you. Grant appropriations,
I'm motioned to combine 1 through 6.
I'll second.
okay, and the clarification, if I could, on number 4, that is for 2020, that's for this year.
Okay.
Okay. Is that accepted? Okay. Clarification, okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed, so it passes unanimously. And auditor, let me know, number E was withdrawn, right? Yes. Okay. So number F, Counselor Glenn,
Motion for discussion.
second.
Right now, I think you all have this in your packet for the performance audit, which I think a few of you know that this is something I've been pushing since I've been here, and another council member's been working on this with me. This is little presentation, this little packet, it's kind of very small amount of information, but just gives you kind of an idea of what we're interested in here. And we want to bring these people into the October 7th meeting to discuss these types of audits. The firm is KPMG. They're known for doing these types of things. They've worked with counties across the country, so they have plenty of examples of all the type of work that they've done. Most specifically, the thing that I was interested in, if you look at the back page, is option A is a cost reduction scan. So they could do a full county cost reduction scan or limited or, kind of whatever we decide to do. But I'd like to bring them in. I've spoken to all three of the commissioners, and they're definitely open to hearing about it. So in our joint meeting on October 7th, these people will be there. So that's pretty much it. But, you know, I think that having this firm come in that's done this with counties, multiple counties, and has saved money, any type of money that governments have spent with this firm, they've saved on the other end. So,
I'd like to just add to that and to say that this is an awesome opportunity to give a work product that can be utilized by our departments so that they can do the analysis of within their departments and be part of really trying to avoid the struggles that we know and the pain that we're going to have in a year when we're dealing with budget issues. I think this is really a strong step forward to help us identify opportunities.
it'll be a good tool for everybody, but we do need to have, you know, the commissioners acknowledge that we gotta have all of us on board, so that's where it's at now. I would've had more to discuss on it if they weren't, you know, I didn't discuss with Rick that we're gonna be able to bring them into this meeting, so.
Fred, kudos to you for putting another great project together, and yes, all those involved, and I'm very interested to hear what they do above and beyond, you know, some of the cost saving that maybe help refine some of our departments, so.
Can I make a request? Because some of the wording on this printout is cut off. Is it possible for you to email the original deck that they provided, so I have it
Yeah.
electronically?
Yeah,
That'd be
definitely.
great, thank you.
And so, I think, Fred, you said they needed 30 minutes, or,
I'd like to have 30 minutes available.
Okay.
I'll tell them that's their max time,
okay.
so.
All right, anybody have any opposition to hearing him on October 7th in the work session? Okay.
Nope.
Great, thank you. Now we will open the public hearing on additional appropriations, and the first one is the general fund, mental health reduction, $24,933.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes unanimously. And then we have garage project additional 9.5 million. And, you have a motion on this?
So moved.
Second.
I know this come from the finance committee, and I'm on the finance committee. Didn't we have discussion as to whether, or is there enough money out of rainy day to take the 9.5? I remember that the question I had was if we use money out of general. No, that's right. We want it out of general because rainy day
Correct.
can be used for roads.
Yes,
And we're
that's right.
bringing it back into rainy day.
Yeah, once we do the
Yep.
bond
In just a
funding,
couple
it'll come back.
minutes. No.
But the out of county general can't be used for road projects, so that's the appropriate place for the additional appropriation.
We have another item just a couple below that we're gonna be bringing it back into rainy day, so.
Okay.
Any questions on this?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. LEPC, Local Emergency Planning Committee,
So moved.
thank you. 8,366, pay vendor invoices. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes unanimously. And then we have a reduction, 8.5 and $10,000 million, returning money back to rainy day.
So moved.
Second that.
Yeah, that was
That's the balance
That's
from
the
the other.
move back because
Yeah.
to leave rainy day available.
Right.
Minus, what was it, $400,000
Um,
for that building plan?
well, I don't know if that came out yet or if it's a difference with the, building we bought over on Lafayette Road. They used some of that money.
Yeah, right, okay, you're right. More likely that, isn't it?
All in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. Last item is the one,
Motion to table.
well, we were gonna table the 5.6 million though. 'Cause
Yeah.
the document, the 5.6 million,
That's,
Made a motion
that's,
to
that's what I said. Motion to table.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's
Thank
my
you very
math.
much. Second,
Yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. And then we have a 144 amendment from Highway, and
What is that, Steve?
individual,
is,
go ahead, Steve.
the engineer's position.
Correct. No, I think, This is the
Request to step down from the
voluntary
leader.
step down.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay,
Sorry about that, I misquoted that.
come on, man.
Well, we talked about both in our meeting this morning.
Any other questions?
No.
On that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
That passed unanimous.
Wait, who made the motion? Sorry.
I'll make the motion. So moved.
Thank you.
And so we close the public hearing.
That was the quickest meeting I've been in a while.
Sheriff, would you like to add anything? I don't have anything. All right, thank you. Representative Jeter? No. All right, thank you. Madam Auditor?
I have nothing. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Have nothing.
Order? All right, we're adjourned.